Is it true that some people are destined to live a life of sorrow and misery, while on the other hand, some other people are just created to enjoy a life of bliss? Hi, my name is Nuel, Astonish, and it is my intent to inspire people around the world to fulfill destiny. Today I'd like to share with you on Destiny 101, Demystifying Destiny. Even though we don't have answers to some of the things that happen in our world, why good things happen to some so-called bad people, and why bad things happen to some so-called good people, we know that every good builder builds to last. Every good parent wants the best for their children. Every person created by Almighty God is created to fulfill destiny. What is destiny? Contrary to popular opinion and some definitions, destiny is not about chances, happenstance, doom, luck, and all of those stuffs. No, destiny is from the word destinare. It's a Latin word and it means to make firm, to establish. Imagine water in its fluid form. You can now make it very cold to the point where it is chilled. It's taking the shape of the cup or the object in which it is, or very hot, so much that when it's poured on something, it can even melt it off. That is destiny. What do you want to make out of it? If you align with the Creator's plan, His plan is, I know the thought I think towards you, thought of good, not of evil, to give you hope and an expected end, an end full of joy, happiness, and fortune, satisfaction instead of regret. If you align with that by living according to His principles of love, then it is inevitable that you will fulfill destiny. To demystify destiny means to make it simple for anybody to understand. There are essential C's that I'd like to introduce to you now. Somewhat, they are what you are already familiar with, but they kind of surround destiny. They kind of like create a nice environment for it to thrive. When your destiny is properly supported by these C's, it is easy for you to fulfill destiny. The essential C's are circumstances, chemistry, choice, character, competence, compassion, and connection. Circumstances. Everybody is born into a story. It could be good, it could be bad, or something you don't want to associate with at all because it is not. I mean, imagine somebody that was born from rape. It can be very hurtful. Somebody who does not know the father or mother, who heard that they picked her up on the street. It can be very painful. But that does not mean that you can't make something good out of it. Steve Jobs was adopted, and we can't talk about invention in technology and not mention his name. There's a concept called bow and arrow. When you want to shoot a bow, the farther you draw the arrow backwards, the more chances it has to go further. When life throws you backwards, it's just giving you a privilege to prove yourself, to prove what you are made up of. Don't let that disturb you. No, let that propel you forward. Next is your chemistry. Some of us came as guys, some came as lady. I know this is not to judge the LGBT, but this is to love them and have compassion on them. Some of us feel like, I wish I am. I wish, but I've checked it out. It costs so much financially, emotionally, and all of that to keep up with the Joneses in that angle. We can learn to manage and enjoy who we are created to be. Because that way, we can then focus on our destiny itself. This other part can be so distracting. Next is our choices. In his book, Success Principle, Jack Canfield talked about an equation that he said E plus R equals O. If I punch you in the face and you punch me back, the outcome is going to be two fighting. Yeah? Yes, our responses to life, our choice of responses to life matters. If we react, we get a different outcome compared to if we respond. Life is always throwing events to us, but our response will definitely determine the outcome we want. If we want to fulfill destiny, then we must be deliberate in our responses. Next is character. Whoa, this one key factor determines how far anyone will go. Anytime I think about character, I just say, God help me, because I have a lot to do on myself as well. You are never done improving your character. There is always something we can improve on. Character is the power of consistency in conviction and deeds. To have character is to build your life on principles. To have character is to do and live by what is right, whether it is popular or not. See, some people might not like you because of your character strength, but you know what? They will depend on you. Have you noticed that the alphabet and the numbers are called character? Why? Because they are consistent. Capital A is capital A, whether in New York or in Nigeria. 1 is 1, whether at 1 o'clock in the night or in the morning. When you have character, you are consistent. Yes, once in a while you might make mistake, but you come back to your default. You know that that is not who you were. Competence. Competence is your ability to do things skillfully. Everybody came into this world with at least one gift, but most of us, we have more than one. The ability to refine this raw capacity, this endowment on your life to something that people can sought after is competence. And you know what? The Creator is on the agenda. He wants to change this world. He wants to improve people's life and this earth at the same time. He's looking for people who are fit for this purpose. And he said, have you seen anybody, a man or a woman, a child, an adult, who is good at what they do? They will stand before kings and not mere men. They will stand before presidents and governors and prime ministers and not just ordinary people. You know, these are the people who are worth big contracts, you know, and they pay you well. Competence makes you powerful. It places you in a good place in life. The next C is compassion. No great person in history, go and check it, has lived without compassion, except the bad ones. But every good leader, every great name has lived with compassion. Compassion is the fuel for creativity. It just takes you beyond what you will get. But how can I make someone else's life better? How can I change somebody's destiny? How can you see somebody going downhill and you just say, no, I need to do something? Mother Teresa witnessed someone starved to death, a child in Calcutta. She just saw the child at the peak of the starvation. There was nothing she could do again. The child died, and she made it her life's sole purpose to make sure that nobody goes to bed hungry. Today, there are so many charity homes built in her name just to take care of the helpless people in the world. Or take Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela. These guys were Western trained lawyers, but they came back into their country. They could not just continue with their practice when they saw how their people were suffering, and they took it upon themselves to say, no, this has to stop. Today we remember them for good. They've been gone for some decades, but their names still remain fresh in our memory. Without compassion, I don't know if you'll be remembered, but I know you are a compassionate person, and we will talk about you well in history. Next is connection. On the spectrum, connection actually comes last, but this is what many people put first. They run after everybody, they want to connect with people and this and that, but it doesn't matter if the president has your number. Why would he call you? He's a very busy person. Have you noticed that when people become president, they begin to have gray hair? It's not because they want to show off or diet. No, stress. There's so much on the shoulder of a leader. Leaders have so many problems to solve. Their personal problem, their organizational problem. They need people who can help them out. If you can solve problems, you'll be relevant to them. If you want your association to improve, if you want your connection to get stronger with people, Seek to improve yourself. Become a problem solver. You'll be shocked the kind of people that you will be calling you. Not that you will just be calling. The caliber of people that will be sorting you out. Imagine you are the only one that can cure HIV/AIDS. They will call you from every part of the world. Imagine that you come about cure to baldness. They will seek you out from everywhere. Imagine that you create a gadget now that can do so many things, that we've not experienced before. They will seek you out. Don't just run after everybody to connect with them. You become good, become valuable, and they will seek you out. Your Excellency, the Creator has invested too much in you to watch you fail. No, He has not created you for a life of doom and suffering. He's created you for a life full of joy, happiness, and wealth. He wants you to fulfill destiny. He wants you to live life full, a life rich of happiness. Don't let anybody convince you of anything otherwise. Not even what you're feeling or going through now. You are created to live life in full, and I know that you will fulfill destiny.